Munyakho Joseph from KBC TV. As you alluded, Steve remains in prison. We expect him to come back home. Are we probably aware when he's coming back home? And we also want to hear from Mom, how does it then feel that Steve is not coming back home? How fast or how quickly do you want to have him home?
Yes, Steve is in Daban prison as of yesterday. Actually, those who spoke to him can confirm. But the process of release takes time. There is processing of papers, as with even Kenya's prisons, and I get the sense that this Ramadan period might perhaps be contributing to the delay. So we don't know exactly when he will be back, but we've been assured that the release is being processed. That's why we have the confidence to actually declare that he'll be coming home. Mama, you want to say something? Or do you want to take the microphone? Yes.
So, kindly repeat your question.
The question was that now we are all aware that Steve is coming back home. How does it feel for you that Steve is coming back home? And how quickly would you want to have? What would you want to tell everybody who was involved?
In as much as I would wish to have him here as early as yesterday, or even 2011, when the tragedy struck, we have to be realistic. As my chair has said, we have a wonderful ambassador out there in Riyadh, and his approach was to have Steve here as quickly as possible. But the position is that the wheels of justice grind slowly, and this matter has to be certified in court as concluded. And in as much as Eid is a factor in that they'll be celebrating for almost 2 weeks, we also have to be alive to the fact that there may be other cases equally pressing. You know, for us, it is just Steve. For me, the mother of Steve is the only issue for me, you know. But there are other issues or other cases that might precede it. But seeing where we have come from, I cannot complain, because kuna nuru gizani.
I'm also attempted to ask whether there are those who contributed 19 million, but there are those who might wish to continue perhaps contributing to have the cause. Is it now closed? Is it official? People can continue contributing.
This is a small matter, but fortunately, it's in the public domain. Last November, when it became clear that we needed to extend the collection period, because, you know, part of the delay even in starting fundraising was that we didn't have a pay bill, and it is a process. I learned many things, including that it's a matter that goes through security, you know. You don't just go and you get a pay bill. And it took a while. From November to February is when we finally got the pay bill. Yeah? And it expires every 6 months. And that being the case, when we needed an extension, and we knew that we were not going to make it by the end of the period in November, and which was the time that they expected this, the Yemeni family expected its money. The ambassador sought an extension, and that cost money. We actually had to factor 2.6 million extension, which according to the family could not be counted in blood money, which they didn't know when it will come. And so there are those who are aware of this. They continue to contribute, and what I love is contributing from their heart, because of their love for Steve-O, either because they know him or because their case has touched them. So, but the pay bill is ending, and this is the man who has been negotiating it, and I think he needs to pronounce himself on the extension, or otherwise, depending on yeah.
Kindly, kabla aje, just a question. Kurudishe nyuma tu kidogo. Naomba tu kwa ruhusa yako tuzungumzie maisha 13 ya maisha tangu Steve-O upate taarifa zake.
Sikizi vizuri tafadhali.
13 years since you were told that Steve-O amewekwa gerezani pale. How has been life? How has it been? The journey, all those 13 years up to today now, Steve-O has been released. As a mother, how has life been with you?
To say that it has been traumatic is an understatement, and especially in those early days when he would call at 4 a.m., and say, leo tumeamka kwa giza. At first I thought there was a blackout, and I was thinking, oh, Saudi should be developed, it shouldn't be having blackouts. Then he explained that leo tumeamka kwa giza meant one of us has been executed. That was difficult, knowing that one day the giza might be on him, and I may never see my child again.
Okay. Other questions?
Have you been able to see her?
Thank God we talk. Originally, it was very difficult because there was no facility to talk. But in Durban, before he went to Shimezi and is now back in Durban, there were official communication channels, and especially Shimezi was quite good because he would talk as much as he had airtime, although it is supposed to be 5 minutes, but he could negotiate with a fellow inmate for 5 minutes and accumulate and then pay back in minutes. Yeah, but when he went back to Durban recently, things have changed. That was in December, and it is a maximum of 5 minutes. You only get an extension if it cuts, if the phone cuts, then it has been programmed to carry over your minutes to the next week. And right now it is only once a week. And while in the past you would have talked to the brother also, right now I'm the only person in this country who can talk to my son. And if he misses me for any reason, it has to wait for another week.
Have you spoken to him since this news?
Yes, he spoke.
Since he got the news.
No, since we got the news, we haven't talked.
Sorry?
Yeah.
So, probably still unaware.
Yeah.
Yeah. And secondly, before it became clear which direction we were going, I thought it was the ambassador's duty to inform him. Yeah. So maybe as we talk, they have talked, because the ambassador fortunately can talk through the office, the prison office. And the ambassador actually is the only person in Saudi who can talk to him, because since they moved back to Durban, all local calls were cut off.
Allow me to jump the gun a bit. So Steve is coming back home. How do we expect the family to celebrate his coming back? Is there any plans for that?
Let the brother speak.
Okay, so yeah, sorry. So my name is Cyprian. I'm Akalu Munyakho. I'm Stephen's younger brother, and I think one thing first to just thank you for walking the journey with us. Yeah. As it is, it's very early days since we, got this news, and also what's in our minds at the moment is once he sets foot back into the country, what else or how else do we reintegrate him? So I think part of what we are really thinking about is this is someone who's not been in the country for probably close to 20 years now, and he comes back not working. He went there, he was working, so he comes back, he's not working. So there's a lot more than just celebration. Of course, we'll get to celebrate him when he's back, but I think beyond that, there's a lot more in terms of just rebuilding and reintegrating with the family, with the community. So probably that's what we will be doing next as we look forward to his return. Yeah. Oh yeah. So part of the requirement was that we extend the pay bill, and we did that in November last year. So it expires in May this year. So I think we'll just keep it open, or we will let it run its life until then. But then, as the chair also said, whatever amounts, because Kenyans kept on sending even beyond the day when we had that the full amount, the balance had been paid. So we still had some amounts that hadn't been transferred to the blood money account. So whatever else comes through, probably that's what we can use to just rebuild and all.
One of the things Steve's mother said, which may not have come across clearly, was that the family of the deceased, whom we have been negotiating with, had made certain requirements as we went along. Yeah, and almost all of these. It's okay. We were negotiating with the family of the deceased, and some of you may know this is a Yemeni family settled in Saudi Arabia. So they're also not natives. They're actually foreigners in Saudi Arabia. They need sustenance.
Mine is just to say one of their own, and we are very, very optimistic. We are happy. We know that we'll receive Steve in a short while, and it will be a big day for celebration. For me, I can't wait for anything else except seeing Steve set foot. And Mama kept on saying that we became the sons and brothers of the bigger, smaller family. Mama's family is now bigger, and thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you for being there. Thank you for doing what you've done, and continue doing it.